Hi, welcome to HATV. I'm Paul Malkmus.
And I'm Ann Malkmus.
You know, the flu season is coming up on us.
It's on us.
We've been walking around at, when we go into stores, and every place we go, we're seeing free flu shots
every
everywhere.
Day.
And it kind of makes us sick in a sense, or in a lot of ways, to see that so many people are promoting the flu shot when they really just need a strong, healthy immune system, and they don't need to worry about a flu shot.
No, the flu shot has its own issues. Just because you get a flu shot doesn't mean you won't get the flu, and just because you do get a flu shot may mean that you get something other than resistance to the flu.
Yep. And a lot of the flu shots, they have, their mercury is one of the binders that help to transport the vaccine, and that mercury is not healthy for us. So there's definitely the negative side effects. And then the flu shot only lasts for 90 days.
Isn't that amazing? Flu season lasts 6 months, flu shot lasts 90 days.
And so here we are, here in the beginning, right before the end of the year, and by the time the flu shot wears off, flu season will still be rocking and rolling.
So we believe very strongly that if you would just make sure your immune system is at its strongest that it can be, you'll be able to breeze through this flu season, whether you're a teacher and you come in contact with all sorts of little snifflings and coughings, or even if you're just an at-home mom waiting for the kids to come home with it.
Yeah. I have to laugh around here at Howey Acres because, people come up and people come in and they say, don't come near me, I have a cold or I have the flu, and it's like, you can't make us sick. Our immune systems are strong, so we don't worry about it. But we're going to give you some tips here on things that you can do to help keep from getting the flu during the flu season and keep your body nice and healthy and strong.
The number one thing the CDC says that you should do in order for you to prevent getting the flu is to wash your hands. And while we wholeheartedly agree that keeping your hands washed and keeping your fingers away from your face is valuable, that may not be the only thing you can do to help yourself prevent the flu.
If you're going into a public area and coming out of that public area, it's always good to wash your hands, but you can wash your hands too much and actually remove some of the healthy bacteria and healthy things that are on your hands. And so we want to be careful not to be too obsessive about washing our hands. But if you're in public area, it's always good to wash the hands, as the CDC says.
So here's a quick list of several different items that we suggest that you incorporate before the flu season hits.
Probably the number one thing is to eat lots of fresh veggies, and of course you're surprised that we would say that, with fresh vegetable juice, because it's that fresh vegetable juice that's really going to help to keep the immune system built up and have the immune system in a point where it really keeps the body strong.
So fresh vegetables, freshly extracted vegetable juices, even some very strong fruit. At this time of the season, we have a lot of citrus. This is a time of year for citrus. Not that you should overdose on fruit, but some good citrus has vitamin C. Vitamin C is an old, very well-known antioxidant, but my goodness, when you even have the inkling of a sore throat, start drinking lots of vitamin C. Now, not necessarily orange juice because there's so much sugar in it, but you can get a supplement of vitamin C that you can add to your daily regimen for a period of time. That will help you with vitamin C.
And you can usually tell if you're deficient in vitamin C when you start taking a supplement, because if you start taking it, if your stool doesn't get runny or soft, really excessively soft, then you probably don't have enough vitamin C. And so what we tell people is to start taking vitamin C, and if the stool gets runny, then back off on it, because then at that point you've saturated your body with some vitamin C.
You can never get too much vitamin C because it's not a fat-soluble vitamin. So it's perfectly okay for you to have more vitamin C, but not in the form of fruit, not necessarily because of all the sugar.
Yeah. Another important area for us to look at is D3, vitamin D3. And we need that vitamin D to really keep the immune system strong. And more research is showing that a deficiency in vitamin D really causes the body to break down and disease to set in.
And actually, there are conflicting studies on how much vitamin D3 you should actually be able to have. The best way for you to determine whether you have a deficiency, of course, is through a blood test. But we're finding more and more studies that are saying that even during peak flu seasons, people will not overdose if they take one vitamin D3 of 5,000 IU a day for a period not to exceed 6 weeks or whatever it is that gets them through this peak season. So it's not as if you're going to overdose on it.
Yeah, well, remember, vitamin D3 we get from the sun. And during flu season, which is the winter months, the sun is farther from us and we're not getting as much sun exposure. And most of us are indoors more. And so the amount of D3 that we're getting is limited, and so at least from natural means. And so it's important for us to supplement with a D3, and D3 being the best variety of the vitamin D to take.
Speaking of indoors, because we know winter is a time when it's cold outside, and oftentimes it's either rainy or snowy or just plain frigid, many of us are afraid to venture outside, so the windows are closed and the people come in even during these wonderful holidays that are coming up, so they spread the wealth and the germs. And because of that, what we want you to know is the best way for you to keep your immune system high is to keep the windows at least slightly open and make sure you continue to get fresh air. Fresh air doesn't hurt anyone, even if it's cold fresh air. Dress accordingly and still take that walk, even though it's a little bit colder than normal.
Yeah, well, as the winter months go on, we're more apt to be less active. And so trying to get that exercise, even outdoor exercise where we're breathing in that cold air, is good for us because we need to keep the body moving through that period.
And remember, even during these holiday seasons, the season of the holidays, we want to make sure we get plenty of rest. And we want to make sure that our stress levels are not too high, because all of these combined can reduce our immune system, which makes us more susceptible to picking up those bugs.
Another real important point, and one as the holiday season comes up, is limiting the amount of refined sugar that we consume. Refined sugar just chops down the immune system. It knocks it out. In fact, if you're drinking like a soda, there's enough sugar in that soda to wipe out the immune system by about half for the day. And so you're walking around with a deficient immune system, which then makes you much more susceptible. So limiting those cookies and cakes and ice creams and those sugary desserts through the holiday season is extremely important because that's what's going to help keep the immune system strong.
It is not impossible to go through an entire flu season without you do not have to get the flu, and you don't have to get a flu shot. What you have to do is maintain a strong immune system. And it's perfectly okay. You don't have to live on an island. You can be with people.
You sure can. In fact, there's a lot of times where, we'll participate in school projects, and I'll go sit down and eat with the children at school, and I'll bring my salad, of course, but, the half the school is out because of the flu, and I never pick up any of the bug, and it's because we have strong, healthy immune systems.
And you can too.
So there's lots of ways to maintain a healthy immune system through the cold winter flu season months, and it's really up to us. And the better care we take care of our bodies, the more apt that we are to maintain health through the flu season.
So don't forget, make sure you get plenty of rest, exercise, fresh air, and don't forget to take a few more supplements during this flu season so that you too can have a strong immune system so that when that flu bug comes around, it'll go right around you and it won't stop.
Hope you've learned something today on HATV. This is AM and PM, and we'll see you next time.